Need to pass the Praxis Elementary Education exam? This video breaks it all down. Format, timing, scoring, strategy, everything you need in one place. Welcome to the Praxis Test Prep channel. I'm Tom, certified teacher and test prep expert with Study.com. We're proud to partner with Educational Testing Service, or ETS, the official provider of the Praxis exams, to bring you the most accurate and up-to-date information straight from the source. By the end of this video, you have all the essential details, expert strategies, and the confidence you need to pass this exam and take the next step in your teaching career. Ready? Let's jump in. If you're an aspiring elementary school teacher, there's a chance you'll need to pass the Praxis Elementary Education Teaching, Reading, Mathematics, Social Studies, and Science exams before working full-time. Some states will require it before granting you your teaching license. Be sure to check your state's specific requirements. So what can you expect from this exam? This exam ensures you have the knowledge and skills to teach reading, math, social studies, and science to young learners. This computer-delivered exam is divided into 4 topic areas: teaching, reading, mathematics, social studies, and science. We'll give you a quick rundown of each one in this video. If you want to explore every subtest in more detail, check out our other videos on this channel that go more in-depth. Praxis Elementary Education Teaching, Reading, Mathematics, Social Studies, and Science exam gives you 4 hours and 35 minutes to complete about 225 questions, so time management is crucial. Each of the subjects is broken down into 4 individually timed tests. To maximize your score, you need a solid approach to pacing and prioritization. Here are some tips to do that. Aim to spend about 1 minute per question on average. Use this as a flexible guide. If you find a question easy, answer it quickly and save that extra time for more challenging ones. And if you're stuck on a question, don't dwell on it. Mark it for review, skip it, and move on to the next one. This ensures you're answering as many questions as possible within the time limit. When you circle back later, you'll often find the answer comes to you more easily with a fresh perspective. You'll mostly see standard multiple choice questions on the exam. They may ask you to answer a question or evaluate a teaching approach and then provide 4 answer choices where only one is correct. You don't need to know the exact solution. Use the answer choices to eliminate clearly wrong options and narrow it down. You might also encounter a few alternate question formats, including multi-select questions, where you'll need to identify all correct answers, order matching questions that require you to sequence information correctly, like building a timeline, and grid-style questions, which typically involve matching elements within a chart or table. Another strategy tip here: read every question carefully, especially with multi-select questions, to ensure you don't miss which question format you're dealing with and are able to answer correctly. Each subtest of the Praxis Elementary Education Teaching, Reading, Mathematics, Social Studies, and Science exam is scored on a scale of 100 to 200, and a passing score differs from each one. Every state has its own score requirements, so always check your state's guidelines on praxis.ets.org. I've linked to the specific page in the description. ETS keeps their scoring logic confidential, even from us. However, a good rule of thumb is to take your state's passing score, subtract 100, and then treat the resulting number as a percent. That means if your passing score requirement is 157, you can roughly assume that you need to get at least 57% of the questions correct to pass. Here's another big strategy tip. There's no penalty for wrong answers on the Praxis, so answer every question, even if you have to guess. Doing that gives you the best shot at earning points, especially when time is running short. Also, don't forget to explore the other videos on this channel for detailed tips and step-by-step guides on tackling different question types. All right, now let's dive a little deeper into the content that you'll see on test day. The Praxis Elementary Education Teaching, Reading, Mathematics, Social Studies, and Science exam is divided into 4 subtests. The first section is teaching reading. There are 80 questions on this subtest, and you'll have 110 minutes to complete them. It's all about checking how well you understand the key building blocks of teaching reading and focuses on 5 main areas: phonological and phonemic awareness and emergent literacy, phonics and decoding, vocabulary and fluency, comprehension of literary and informational text, and written expression. Next up is mathematics. You'll need to answer 40 questions in 55 minutes on this one. This subtest includes questions from 3 main areas: numbers and operations, algebraic thinking, and geometry and measurement, data, statistics, and probability. The third subtest is social studies, with 55 questions that you'll have 55 minutes to complete. Focuses on 3 topics: United States history, government and citizenship, geography, anthropology and sociology, and world history and economics. Science is the final section. Here you'll have 55 minutes to answer 50 questions. This subtest includes questions from 3 categories: earth science, life science, and physical science. Okay, I know this is a lot, but stick with me just a little longer. Let's talk about preparing for the Praxis Elementary Education Teaching Reading, Mathematics, Social Studies, and Science exam. It's going to require a targeted approach, which brings me to my final strategy tip. Take a full-length practice test early in your prep. This identifies your strengths and pinpoints areas you need to work on. Think of it as your roadmap for focused studying. Here's a bonus tip. If a full-length test feels too daunting, consider checking out Study.com's diagnostic quizzes. Study.com has customized quizzes for each Praxis test code to analyze your performance and create a personalized study plan. This helps you focus your efforts where they'll have the biggest impact. Finally, regardless of how or where you're practicing, try to practice like it's the real test. Stick to your time limits and limit yourself to the resources that you'll have available on test day. Remember, preparation isn't just about learning the content, it's also about mastering test-taking strategies and building the confidence to succeed on test day. And that's it. Your ultimate guide to conquering the Praxis Elementary Education Teaching Reading, Mathematics, Social Studies, and Science exam. For more detailed practice, strategies, and walkthroughs, check out our Praxis Elementary Education playlist here on YouTube, and then make your way over to Study.com and check out one of our Praxis test prep courses. Our users boast a 92% pass rate, and our courses include full-length exams, hundreds of practice questions, and additional video lessons specifically tailored to the latest test updates. With our resources, you'll know exactly what to expect on test day. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more updates on Praxis exams, and leave your questions and success stories in the comments below. Remember, we're rooting for you every step of the way. You've got this.